Hey everybody, God bless you. God bless your family. You know, I see our church system and I wonder what's the future of the church. The church has always adapted and evolved to fit into current times. The church has always done that. But it's always maintained a standard. I don't know if the church does that anymore. Yeah, you might have a church here or a church there, but as a whole, I think the church has become more of a social construct, more of the church system has chosen political sides. It has chosen political sides. So we're so divided. Whether it's you got one kind of church that supports this type of church there. A white church, a black church, Hispanic church, Asian church. We have all these different types of churches. And then you have that church, well, they lean more left or they lean more right. No, they don't believe that. They don't believe that. They don't believe this. We're so divided that I think those things have caused us to lose focus on the foundation of what our faith is supposed to be based on, which is love. We're supposed to not judge people. Sometimes our carnal nature does, and everybody does it. But not with a hatefulness, not with a hatred in the heart. And I think in our church, it happens too often. And you see any of these street TV evangelists, and there's a true hatred there. And sometimes I don't know if the hatred is because hatred of themselves, maybe past trauma, maybe their hatred is just it's toward themselves because they haven't really fulfilled what they expected to find in Christ, because they're looking for Christ in material things, not in the spiritual sense. Because when you encounter Christ in the spiritual sense, these material things are useless. Of course, we want to give our family a better life and more this and more that, but, who saves for my grandkids? We do all these things. We say, oh yeah, Christ is coming soon, but I'm putting a savings account for my grandkid who hasn't been born. Do you really believe Christ is coming soon? We just, as a church, what we need is to go back to the basics. To go back to the basics. Strip ourselves naked as a church and start over again, where we depend on each other for support and help and guidance, where we depend on each other to continue to spiritually grow. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening, at least not in any modern country. It might happen in a country where they're not so at, first or second world, something modern. But I think we love our comforts. And if me growing spiritually means becoming uncomfortable in my carnal nature, I don't want to grow spiritually. I think that's where we're at right now. This is why we don't care to, we got our structure, we have our church system, we have our way of being. And I like to go on church on Sundays and be done by this time and go home, and we like the routine. We don't want to be disrupted. And then, unfortunately, that's a big problem in our church environment. Anyway, let me know what you think. God bless you. God continue to bless you and your family. And don't ever forget that what Jesus Christ did is enough.